And turning now to the 2024 race for the White House, former President Donald Trump not letting legal woes slow him down on the campaign trail. He's set to speak tonight at the Alabama Republican Party's summer dinner. And this comes just one day after Trump pled not guilty in a third arraignment this year, an indictment. He is expected to be back in court several times this month for the different charges he is now facing. So how are these charges likely to impact elections next year? Well, Niall Stanage, White House columnist for The Hill, is here to break it down for us. Niall, great to see you. I'd like to quickly get your take on Christie's trip, if you don't mind, reaffirming his support of the U.S.'s funding efforts for the country. Pence, as you know, visiting recently as well. Christie's poll numbers, I thought this was interesting, sitting in the low single digits. But in another recent Siena poll of those who voted for Biden in the 2020 presidential election, Christie earned a whopping 22% support, the highest percentage of anyone in the GOP field. So it seems he's playing the long game here. What's your take?
I think the trip to Ukraine is really an attempt by Chris Christie to show his seriousness as a candidate. Now, it's a pretty difficult task to show your seriousness when you're polling at 2%. But clearly the former governor just doesn't want to be seen as this talking head who pops up to hit former President Trump. And going to Ukraine is a display of gravitas of a kind. You're at least getting onto the international stage. Also, you're positioning yourself to some degree against that Trump position or the DeSantis position, which is much more skeptical of aid to Ukraine.
Got it. And turning now back to Trump's messaging on the campaign trail. You know, it's been, they're not indicting me, they're indicting you. And the greater argument is that if you're the enemy of the Biden administration, you'll be in the crosshairs of the DOJ. Now, that's been effective, as polls and fundraising numbers have reflected that. So my question to you, Niall, is as these indictments pile on, what impact does that have on voters, especially independent voters who are going to be critical to win over in 2024?
That point about independent voters is really vital here. It is true that there has been a rallying around the former president by Republicans. But his goal isn't just to win the Republican nomination, of course. His goal is to get back into the White House. He lost the popular vote in 2020 by more than 7 million votes. So I do think these indictments can have a negative effect here. And we're seeing that reflected to some extent in polling. There's a new ABC News Ipsos poll out just today showing that 52% of Americans do think he should have been charged, against 32% who don't think that. So that speaks to the capacity of these indictments and arraignments to erode further his standing with those independent voters you talk about, Kelly.
All right, Niall Stanage from The Hill. Now, thank you as always for your time and analysis.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.